lights, camera, action. Oh, look at that baby glow. All right, everyone, we are here for another fun and exciting estate sale treasure hunt. This time we are in a nice old area of Syracuse, New York. And the house we are looking for should be right up here to the right. It's this white one right here. It is 1,800 square feet and it dates back to 1912. It's on a 6,500 square foot lot. I signed up yesterday on number 8 on the list, so we'll definitely get in on the first wave and get parked and get ready. Yeah, so I'm definitely excited about heading inside of here because from the pictures I saw, there's a lot of interesting items that I don't normally come across. So I think it's gonna be an interesting assortment of stuff. About 20 minutes and we'll be heading in those doors. So in my experience, I found that these houses could be a little bit deceptive in terms of how big they actually are inside. You know, it might look small at first glance, but if you think about it, I mean, look how tall it is. It really is, you know, pretty big. And as you walk around this way, you'll see, you know, more evidence of that just from the back of, you know, how far back it goes. It just goes way up there. So there's definitely a lot of house to explore. Nice big backyard. And this is the view from over here.
Hi, how do you Well, you know, you stayed in London the day before for hours.
Just to write your name on the list.
Here we go. 3 fours to explore. Those are vintage bedpans, by the way. I'll pass on those.
Do you remember an M&M tray?
All right. Here we go. All right, so starting off over here, I really love this glass clown decanter. It has a nice weight to it. It's a really nice piece. This though shows the advantage of touching to feel if there's any chips, because if you just looked at this, it would be very deceiving because the hat is naturally pointy. But if I get close to it, you could see and feel that there is an irregularity there, and it's definitely a chipped off piece. So otherwise I would have picked this up for the 10, but I'm gonna pass on it. This one, it is another clown. I'm not exactly sure what to make of the top here of this hat. There's not a maker's markers. Well, looks like there might be some kind of faded signature here actually, but I'm not really too sure what to make of this. Being a little bit uncertain, I'm going to pass on this one, but I do like this piece of pottery here. So this is nice. I don't see or feel any chips, and it's only $2. So this will be our first one. We'll give it an inaugural double tap and start off with this one. All right, so going back to this one, I was able to make out the signature here. It crosses over to the other part on the bottom. It says Bartlett, but that does not mean much to me from anything I've been able to look up on it. So it might be something hobbyist, but I don't think it's anything, you know, with any significant value. So again, we're just going to leave that one behind. These I recommend picking up, the violin, cello bottles, if you could find them at a lower price. Right now, being the first day to buy in is 10, you might be able to get like, you know, on a good day, like $20 out of one of them, but still 20 for both. That's not going to work. All right, now, whereas this nativity set is made in China, so we're going to pass on this 3-piece one, but this one here is much more striking, and you can see here, price on it is $8. It separates nicely over here. So it's almost kind of like a puzzle. The lowest I could see one available is 50 bucks online. So I'm gonna pick this up. I think this is a good buy, especially since it's November and Christmas is right around the corner. The coasters are interesting, but you could see here there's some chipping on the coasters. There's some bird coasters as well. These two are nice, they're pretty bright, but this one is pretty faded, so I'm gonna leave the coasters here. All right, so the lamp seems modern. Gonna pass on the clown. And I was wondering about this item here, why the buy-in was only $5, because some of these tall pictures, especially when they come from France, which this one does, you know, they could command a price of $100 or more. So initially what jumped out to me was this small area of paint loss. And what I want to know from you in the chat, especially those of you who specialize in breakables, is if you saw this at a $5 buy-in and the only problem was this, would you still have picked it up or not? It turns out that's not the only problem. I was looking for chips and feeling for chips. I didn't see any until going down this way and lifting it up. And what you could see there, look at that. There's a hole right on the bottom. So that is definitely a deal breaker, especially for a pitcher. Darn. The vases here, these seem modern. This has some paint loss on the bottom, so I'm gonna leave that there. I was looking over here and I really love this side built-in. Look at that. That is so cool to store stuff in. Nothing in there. Again, you gotta have a feeling for some of the art pieces and just not feeling it on these. So I'm gonna leave these here as well. All right, so that's the room we were in, and over here I saw this elephant mirror that I thought was interesting, but look right there. You could see there's the break and repair. So I might have to start calling this place the House of Chips because you got to really be careful with you know what you're looking at here. All right, so over here, this you may come across. It's a weeping Buddha. Sometimes they call it a crying Buddha. The problem is the buy-in is 20. You could get a little bit more out of it, but not too much, so it's not worth picking that one up. This is interesting. It is hand painted. I don't see any chipping on it. It looks to me to be a Peruvian marching band figure. You could put like a candle in here or something, but you know, no maker's mark on it because, you know, I think it is just, you know, a handcrafted piece, probably from Peru. But again, buy-in is 20, and I'm just not convinced that there's a big enough market out there for a piece like this. So I'm gonna leave this one behind as well. This is the problem coming on the first day sometimes. All right, so moving on from there onto the floor, there are some books, but they're, you know, not anything worth any significant money. Not even this. It's a local piece. Some old maps. I did check through all the drawers. There's nothing in them. 50-cent box, but there's nothing in here of any value. Already looked through it, and then you can see here there's some African animals. They're paper mache. This one is interesting, the giraffe, but believe it or not, there's just not a big market for these giraffes. There's a little bit of a defect flap here. You could glue that back on if you wanted to, but it's tall and you gotta be careful to ship something like this. It doesn't break, it's gonna cost more money. Just not worth it for the $10 buy-in, and neither are these. All right, so across from there, I know an old lady who swallowed a spider. It wiggled and jiggled and tickled inside her. That was one of my favorite songs as a kid. And who knew it would come back to me at this estate sale one day in the future. Look at this really cool wood cane. This is handmade, it's hand painted. I really love this. This is a pretty unique piece. How cool is that? Really like it. And yeah, I'm gonna pick this one up. I love the little waves in it and stuff. Really neat. $8 buy-in, and I think I could do a good flip with this one. So I think I'd at least charge 50 bucks, probably more, for this cane. Shout out to Nanette, by the way, who's probably watching this. It says Ruse Cedar Chest, and the name of her business is Flippin' Ruse. So go check her out on eBay. All right, now if you were wondering about this wood cog, I think it's definitely a cool piece. I always love this type of look. I love things like wagon wheels and stuff, but at $40, you know, that's too big of a buy-in for something of this size and weight. So I'm gonna leave that one here. I think that's actually pretty close to retail on it, actually. All right, so we're gonna move out of this room here and head over to this room, which is right off of the front door. And so this is a pretty neat area. Oh, look at this. This is super cool. Look at this bumblebee chair. Oh my gosh, this is hand painted, and this is an old chair. It's real solid construction. Oh my gosh, let's take a look at the back of this. This is just beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love this. I know some of you love this. I just know it. I just know it. So let's take a look at all the sides of it. Make sure there's no problems on it. The buy-in is $30. Obviously, this would not be something I could list on eBay, but it's so incredible. Let's flip it over. Let's take a look at the other side here. But I think that I could flip this on Facebook Marketplace and definitely double my money or more. Yeah, you could see this is really nice, old, solid construction here. Let's put this back up. I'm gonna have to bring this up. I obviously can't lug this around with me, but yeah, let me know what you think of this, and let me know how much you would charge for it. I mean, we're gonna put it on Facebook Marketplace, so you know, I'll give you an eventual update. But I'm gonna run it by Mrs. Primetime too. I think she's gonna love it as well. She'll give me a good idea too in terms of what we can price this at. But yeah, let's bring this up to the front, and who knows, this might be the find of the day. All right, so it turns out that the woman who lived in this house was an artist, and that's why we see so many art pieces around, and she loved to hand paint some of her furniture. So there's some other cool pieces here that you could see that she did as well, but nothing here jumping out as much to me as that chair did. That's a pretty nice piece. And you know, I like this lady because she was into cheetah print, as you can tell, and you know, Primetime loves his cheetah print. We got the cheetah print blanket here, $10 buy-in. You could usually find these for like 20 to 25 bucks, so I'm going to leave it here. But you got the cheetah print chair, got the cheetah print lamp, so this is Primetime heaven right here. Let's see here, we do have a vase, but there's chipping around the edge. It's Carolina pottery. Let's see, that's pretty standard fare. We're gonna leave that there, those ducks. This looks hand painted, probably like a good Christmas gift for someone. This is pretty cool, this duck. Only $3, he's going hunting. It's very cool. I like how they're kind of flipping the idea on its head that the duck is the one doing the hunting. I don't think there's anything broken off of this, so yeah, I think we'll pick it up for the $3. The more I look at this duck, the more I love it. So let's put him in the box, and there you go. He has some friends in there to hang out with. All right, well, what else do you need to go with a cheetah print blanket, a cheetah print chair, and a cheetah print lamp? Well, how about cheetah print pillows? Of course, right? I'm gonna pass on the wicker chairs and table for $200, but I do like this tablecloth runner over here. I like the little animals that are on the side and the little beads and stuff. So we're gonna pick this up. I think this is cool. They'll probably just charge me like $1 for it. So we'll put that right in there. And oh, check it out. This just goes to show how artistic the owner was, because look how she put these little hand-painted flowers throughout the house. I really like this right here on the doorbell. Should I ring the doorbell? I'll probably get in trouble if I ring the doorbell, so I won't do it. But and she did it over here as well. So yeah, very cool. All right, the troublemaker in me cannot hold back. I have to ring the doorbell. Let's hear what kind of noise it makes. Oh, there we go. We heard it. All right, so that's the porch area out there that we were just in. So I walked all the way across and came into this room over here. This is a really interesting way to display postcards. So all you ephemera fans will love this. Look at the way she set this up. Absolutely beautiful. Just so artistic. And look at this one. This one's even bigger. Check out all the cards and stuff. Just really neat. I mean, my gosh. So, you know, I'm not gonna buy in for $50 to get all this stuff, but it's definitely neat. I really like how she did that. Let's see here. This fish is cool, but the problem is right there. You could see there's some chipping on the edge. Otherwise, I would have picked it up for the $5. I do look for the big dictionaries, but usually the ones I look for are the unabridged ones that are actually even bigger than this. Lately, when you've seen me find them, they've been pretty damaged and you know, just not in good shape and at a higher buy-in than $5. But sometimes I could find the big old ones for $5. This one's a good shape, but there's just not much demand for it. It comes from the 1970s, I think. So we're just gonna leave this one here. Yeah, 1973. I do like the clock. I've definitely been getting into clocks more lately. And the MSE on this is Martha Stewart Everyday. So it's working good. It has the batteries in it. Has a nice sleek design to it. And for $5, yeah, I'm definitely gonna pick this one up. You know, probably get like $30 or maybe a little bit more out of it. So yeah, we'll add this one to the box. All right, now right off of this room right here, we've got some interesting pieces. This is a nice little Nantucket Santa with the moon on it, a nice crescent moon. So I'm gonna pick this one up at just $2. So we'll put that one here. There's some little mud figures here, but they're $4 a piece, so I'm gonna leave these here. Normally when I find them, they're a little bit bigger than that and a cheaper buy-in. There's a, looks like a painted bottle here. I'm not really sure what to make of this one, so I'm gonna leave this here. But these definitely interest me, these Santa pieces. Looks like it's made by the same company that made the Nativity set, and I really love the curvature to it, just like on the Nativity one. So yeah, I'm gonna pick up this Santa, and then also this one here. He's holding the wreath, and it just looks cool. Looks like he's in good shape. I could sell this one separately, or I could pair it with that one. It just depends. But yeah, I cannot pass up on these, you know, given again that it's November, Christmas right around the corner. So two cool Santas, and you know, I want to be on the good list, not the naughty list this year. So we'll do a double tap for that Santa and a double tap for that one. All right, so there's some more cheetah stuff here. This is a modern piece though, so we're gonna leave that there. Let's make sure it doesn't slip. There's some more bedpans and urinals, so we're gonna leave that there. This piece over here is really cool. It's supposed to come with a plate though, and the corn, actually, if you see it go up at like a 45-degree angle, could be a piece worth hundreds of dollars. But individually like this, with the flat piece up top and no plate, not really sure what it would go for, so I'll leave it there for the 50. This I'm gonna get. I like this little metal tin bumblebee thing for $2, so it'd be pretty cool. Could sell that even on the Knick-Knack show, which is coming up soon. And then there's some other artifacts hanging on the wall. Some of the buy-ins though are just too high, like $50. So I'm gonna leave some of this stuff here. You know, here's another one with a pretty high buy-in. You can see this statue here, $175. You know, of all the items on the wall, this is the one that I'm gonna pick up because I really like this cane. I picked up that other one for $8, and this is pretty ornate. I love the little zebra on it. And I've seen one like this sell before for about 60. So yeah, look at that. It's really nice, and it's in great shape because it's been on that wall, so no one really messed with it, damaged it. You could use it for display if you want, or you know, you could walk around with it and look super cool. So let's add this. This is the first time we're gonna go with a double cane. So double tap for both of those. This is really cool looking. Look at this. It's the stacking elephants. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sometimes you'll see as many as eight of them stacked up. Interestingly though, they actually don't sell for that much. You know, like 30, 35 bucks plus shipping, and you're gonna have to pay extra because it's so long. You know, you'll need a nice long box. I have plenty of those, but just for the $30 buy-in, I can't pick it up. But it's definitely a good buy if you want to just, you know, have it in your home as a decoration and you loved elephants. I mean, that's a very fair price, but just not for flipping. And look at all the safari stuff along the top. How cool is that? That's really nice. What interesting house this is. Amazing. All right, so now we're headed in the kitchen, and look what is hiding under here. Another Martha Stewart clock, MSC right there, Martha Stewart every day, and it's a bumblebee clock. It's interesting because if you're standing right here, you don't see the bumblebee, you know, so I think that was kind of hidden from a lot of people, and that's a great feature because you just do not come across this one. It's nicely constructed. $10 to buy in on this for sure. I mean, this one I definitely would price at like 50 bucks, and I think I'll be able to sell it for that. So we're gonna put this one in here. I'll just position it so nothing gets scratched up. All right, and I figured I'd highlight some of the flowers on the wall for all of the ladies because I think many of you are gonna like the way that this kitchen is decorated. Definitely very cool. There's some more modern fare out here on the counters. There's this nice picture back here for $2, but I don't think it's really worth that much, so I'm just gonna leave it here. I don't think you could do bad picking it up for $2, but I'm just gonna leave it there. And then you can see here we've got a Pyrex set. Now this is a lower buy-in than we've typically seen for these multicolored nesting bowls. A lot of times we've seen them recently, you've seen them priced at $100. This is priced at $55, and the reason is because it looks like someone may have ran these through the dishwasher or something. You could see all of this discoloration on the side and there as well, which is really gonna hurt the value on it. So just make sure you're inspecting these pieces carefully. All right, so we're gonna move on from the kitchen. You can see there's the sold sign on my bumblebee chair, and we're gonna go down into the basement. Oh, look at that. Look at that checkered floor. That's so cool. Look at the colors on the wall as you go down. That's really neat. All right, let's head on down these basement stairs. Very cool checkered floor, and a very nice artsy garbage can here. Let's walk over here. I put my box here in advance so I can walk down those stairs a little easier. Sorry, man.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. All right, now over here, this looks like a cane, at least at first after seeing the other two canes, but this is an old vintage metal crowbar. But these things are pretty common, so even though the buy-in is good, I'm gonna leave it here for $4 because it's long and heavy, so you gotta factor that in with the shipping. All right, so that's the staircase area that we came down, and then off of it is this little shelving area here. with all sorts of animals and stuff. But I think this is like the made in China, made in Indonesia section. So it's just pretty much what this stuff is. Like down here, you could see there's the Wise Monkey set. You can see made in China right there. So this is Hear No Evil, See No Evil, Speak No Evil. $15 for the set, which definitely isn't bad if you want to pick it up for yourself for home decor. But as you could see, they're kind of odd shaped, a little awkward to ship, and better produced ones will go for like $65 for the set. But so I'm not going to buy in these cheaper ones for the $15. This stuff here, let's see here. We've got these little monkeys, some little pottery here. I just think this stuff is more modern. It doesn't really look vintage to me, so I'm gonna leave this here. This is the one I was at least initially the most torn on when looking at it, because it's a $5 buy-in. It's a really cool zebra storage box. I mean, you could put like jewelry in it, trinkets, whatever. But if you look on the back, you could see that this came from TJ Maxx. So, gosh, I think the deal breaker for me is you could see here, there's some discoloration on it. So, it's definitely not in its original shape. Let me know what you would have done with this if you would have picked this up for the $5. The other thing too, looking at it a little bit closer, you could see here there's some paint chipping off of the top ear, and even part of the ear is chipped as well. So yeah, that definitely seals the deal on this one. But if it didn't have those things, let me know if you would have picked this one up to resell it for the $5 and what you think you would have been able to get for it. All right, so that's where we were over there with the animals, and then over here there's some tools, pretty commonplace tools for $1 a piece. I did look through the drawers. There's nothing in them of significance. Then there's this cabinet here, but not anything there that I'm interested in, so I'm gonna pass that section up. But look, everything in this house is just done so intricately. Look at how the pipes are all set up. They're almost like artistic in and of themselves. Just very interesting. And this is probably a pretty expensive setup to have done. Wow. All right, so as nice as this is, the goal is to pick up things that we could resell. And so far we've been striking out in this basement everywhere we've looked. However, there is one thing here that I am very, very interested in. And as you can see here, we have a uranium glass lampshade with the lamp. Does not have a bulb in it, but this thing should glow nicely with a black light on it. You could just tell from looking at it that it should glow. So I don't think that I can lose on this. I know the buy-in is high at 50, but sometimes these uranium glass shades sell for $200 or more. Sometimes they'll sell for less, but never less than $50. Plus we have the actual lamp with it too, and that's definitely a nice vintage lamp. So let me know what you would do in this situation. I don't see or feel any chips to it. If we look at it here as well and feel along the rim, there's no chips, no cracks, nothing like that I could see. So particularly for those of you who are glass fans and collectors, let me know if you would have picked this up for the 50 and what you would list this for. I mean, I think I've got to list this whole thing for at least 200 to make this work, but I'm gonna go for it. This would be my first time picking up a piece like this, and that's one of the reasons I came here, was to look for interesting, unique pieces and to bring it to the channel. So yeah, I'm gonna bring this up and have them put a sold sign on it, and then we could walk around the house, because I definitely don't want to break this walking around. All right, just showing you, hitting this with the black light here. It's gonna look nicer in the darkness, but you could see there that it is glowing. All right, everyone, here we go. We're gonna turn those lights off and we're gonna shine that black light on and see this baby glow in its full glory. Lights, camera, action! Oh, look at that baby glow. Wow, that really pops. Not bad, right? For my first ever glowing uranium glass piece. You gotta let me know what you think of this in the comment section. I am dying to see your reactions on this one. This is super, super sweet. All right, everyone, time to head back up the checkered and painted ladybug stairs and head up to the second floor. What an interesting house this is, my goodness. All right, so those are the basement stairs that we just came out of, and this is the staircase up to the second floor. So we're gonna head up here and explore some of these rooms here. All right, well, this first room to the right looks like another painted chair for $30, but I definitely like my bumblebee one much better. Oh, here's a view of the outside from where we were looking up before. So yeah, that's that window you saw. So, all right, not much in here though. And this looks like where she painted. So, you might have seen on the cup earlier, it said the name K, K-A-Y. So it's probably the name of the owner of the house. I'm not 100% sure on that, because you can see here it says SRG, which I believe, you know, that's probably her initial, so maybe it's not K, I don't know. But yeah, nothing here I'm gonna invest into in terms of the art. This is the view she would have been looking out on when she was painting, so that's pretty nice. Okay, there's my box that I set there so I could walk around. Looks like some roof framing plans there. And then we've got 2 more rooms down here. All right, heading in here. Nothing, just a bed frame, some fans, a TV, and that's it. There's just nothing up here really. And we do have this garbage can here. This is plastic, $5. All right, we'll leave it there. All right, moving out from here into the master bedroom area. You could see here there's some linens on the bed, but there's just nothing jumping out that's of interest. Over here on top of the dresser, it's a nice dresser, but nothing on top that I would buy. I'm not gonna buy any big furniture pieces. It's another art piece that she did back in 1976. So very interesting. I love waterfalls, by the way. And then she had this little area off to the side with her closet. This is a nice painting. I'd say of all the paintings that I've seen that she's done, this is, I think, the nicest one. Let me know what you think was the nicest painting that she did. Dresser for $120, but there's just nothing up here. So it seems like pretty much, you know, the best items are really on the first floor and then in the basement with that lamp. All right, so I just came out of the house just to take a look over at the garage area to put my box over there. But really the main thing I wanted to show you again is her art. Look at this with the sunflowers. That's so cool how she painted sunflowers and butterflies, and then she actually put the flower decorations on here. I cannot believe how much my channel is transforming into having to do with flower items. So, but that is pretty neat. There's really not much in here. It's pretty bare. So I think that's gonna be a wrap for exploring these rooms. All right, everyone, flower power. It's time to go check out and get that total price. All right, everyone. Well, here you can see everything with the exception of the uranium glass lamp. I have that bundled up elsewhere in the Primetime Treasure Mobile, but the total cost for everything, including the uranium glass lamp, came to $156. All right, so $156. I am very happy with that, especially considering the quality of items that I picked up. I mean, hopefully I can make all that back with just the uranium glass lamp alone. So, we'll see. But, this was a very interesting and different type of estate sale. I told you there was going to be some very interesting types of items that we don't normally come across. So, and I thought the charm of the house and the artistic nature of it was definitely something that would be very interesting for an estate sale video. So I hope that you really enjoyed it. This is actually the house across the street, not the one that we were just in, but this whole area is very nice. This kind of sale is really one that you have to go on the first day pretty much. The sale is going on tomorrow, but if you were to come tomorrow to a sale like this, there's not going to be much left. So the houses that I go to that are second day sales are ones where I already know in advance pretty much that the house is loaded with tons of stuff and there will be plenty of leftovers the next day. So you have to use that kind of strategic thinking when you go out and do estate sale treasure hunting. So beautiful day. I'm going to head back and go back to Primetime Treasure headquarters, start processing some of this stuff. And of course, we're going to check in and see what Daisy's doing. But as usual, let me know what your favorite item is that I picked up today in the comments. So I'm really looking forward to hearing it, especially on this one. It might be a tie between the lamp and the chair. I don't know. We'll see. Hey everyone, we're back here at Primetime Treasure headquarters with a super secret, extra special Primetime bonus tip for you because I feel like I need to redeem myself from the last video. I feel like I let you down a little bit. Just too many ridiculous blunders during that video for torturing you if you stuck with it for about an hour, continuously referring to loons as black and white ducks. Now, in my defense, I was acknowledging I wasn't exactly sure what these things were throughout the video. And I can't believe how many people follow my channel that really know waterfowl so well. I definitely need to brush up on that because maybe I need to spend some more time on the lake or something like that. And ever since then, by the way, I cannot tell you, of course, how many times I go out sourcing or I even just go into a random store and now I see loon items. Like they're everywhere. They're like all over the place. The red eye, definitely a big giveaway if you're not as familiar. If you happen to be the one person watching this who didn't realize what loons were, the red eyes with the black and white coloring, that's how you know. So there was that. Then there was a time where I found the railroad spike and I referred to it as a log splitter. Now, in my defense, technically you can use railroad spikes as log splitters. People actually do that, but that's not what it was. It was a railroad spike. So that's number two. Number three, do you remember the crayon erasers? It's just so funny sometimes the way my mind works. I looked at it, it looked vintage, and I'm like, wow, that would be so cool if you had something that could erase crayon marks. But it turns out they actually were just erasers shaped like crayons. So that's number three. Let's see. The fourth one, and not too many people caught this one or just didn't say it, but Tucson, you remember that awesome art piece I found by Ray Manley for $5? I misspelled Tucson, T-U-S-C-O-N in the listing, and it's T-U-C-S-O-N. So that one, though, did sell for $90. So I am happy about that. There's a little update. People ask me for updates on things that sell. And I don't make what sold videos on here anymore because people generally aren't interested in a whole video about that. Although I'll sneak something in here and there. Like, you remember this? I found this lady at a estate sale for $1. She just sold for $30 last night. So very happy about that one. She says, I make old age look good. Also, follow my Instagram if you want to see like updates on things that sold. So that's prime_time_treasure. I put stuff like that there. But the super secret, extra special Primetime tip I want to pass on comes to you courtesy of the lovely and beautiful Mrs. Primetime. And we were out on a lunch date yesterday, and while we were driving back from it, we just randomly came across this consignment shop, like a little thrift shop in the middle of nowhere, not like Goodwill, or it's just like a local community thrift shop. And as we're walking around, and I'm trying to make sure I'm not knocking anything over, Mrs. Primetime, you could hear like the saxophone music in the background, and she's gently, slowly walking up to me, and you could, hear the romantic music and everything. And she's like, "Hey, Primetime." And she didn't really say that, but she did say, "Hey, check this out," because she knows I look for this stuff. And of course, look at this. We have the lovely ladies in classic vintage Christmas decor. You could see there, it says Hallmark on it, Mademoiselle, and it's a box of cards, and you can see it says 12 cards for 79 cents. Now, it's not dated, but probably dates back to like the 60s, maybe even the 50s. But these are absolutely amazing. Very hard to find the actual set and in the box like this. If you open it inside, check this out. Now, we sourced this for $6. Wait till you hear the sale price, what we sold it for. There's 4 cards each, so a total of 12. They're unused, and they have the original envelopes behind it as well. This particular one is extra cool because I'll show you. This one, if you open it up in the back, there's also some imagery back there. So look at that. The other 2 don't do that, but the other 2 are still super cool. So we sold it in less than 24 hours for $225. An amazing flip. I mean, give Mrs. Primetime her flowers down in the comments section because she deserves huge congratulations for that. It was an amazing, amazing flip. She has such a good eye. She's really talented, and she's very humble, so she would never brag about it, so that's why I'm passing it on to you. And it's a good tip because even though you probably will not find this complete box set somewhere because it's so hard to find, you very well will come across sometimes some Christmas cards, some old vintage Christmas cards. Hallmark is great. Even if they have some writing in them, they still could sell. There are some individual Christmas cards, even with writing in it, that like Hallmark ones, that could sell for up to $100, in an auction format. Particularly if you have a few people who really love it and really want it, could really go up there in price. So yeah, be on the lookout. Christmas time is a great time, obviously, to list this stuff, but Christmas stuff does sell all year round. So hopefully I redeem myself a little bit with this one. I am human after all. Check the comment section sometimes if you ever want to see any corrections for things, and who knows what blunder I made during this video, but hopefully you get more good out of it than bad. Anyway, speaking of Christmas time, let's also show you how we decorate, Mrs. Primetime actually, how she decorates the house a little bit for Christmas time. She's amazing. Check this out. All right, everyone, we're back here at Primetime Treasure headquarters, and before we check in on what Daisy's doing, I figured some of you might want to see Mrs. Primetime's holiday decoration. She does this with my daughter, Little Miss Primetime. As you could see, we are very much into Grinch-themed decorations. We love the Grinch and Whoville, and so as you can see, we have the Grinch Christmas tree here and a lot of these display signs. You can get a lot of this stuff at Hobby Lobby, by the way. Not everything's Grinch, but there's good old Max right there, and we are big Max fans for sure. So we got the naughty and nice theme, and then we got some more over here as well. So it's very, very much Grinch focused, but then these light up at night. We have the nice houses that Mrs. Primetime and I bought one a year when we first met. So these are our first, let's say, 6 that we got, and then we stopped buying it because we filled up the space. But yeah, just, and our first dog's name was Cassie, who some of you may remember that. I've mentioned that a few times, but so that's why we bought Cassie's Coffee Shop back in the day. So we need to get one named after Daisy. Maybe we'll do that one day. But speaking of Daisy, let's go check out what she's up to. Daisy, hey, look what you did. You decorated the place nice for Christmas. Wow, what a good job. Very nice. And look at you. You got a haircut and you went to the spa. Wow, you look very nice. Look at that nice little pink bow tie you have in your hair right now. You're so prim and proper. Yes, you are. You're back on your perch. We haven't shown you on your perch in a while. guarding the treasures as I've been away. Very important job. We could not function without you, Daisy. Well, I hope everyone likes Daisy's new look here, and give her some shout outs in the comment section. I do pass along the chest rubs and the belly rubs and the chin scratches and the head scratches, whatever you request. So she loves hearing all the messages from everybody. So thanks everybody for coming by for another fun estate sale video. And Daisy and I will see you back at the next one. Take care. Bye, girl.